What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. And in today's video we have some more news to cover, including actual date confirmations of upcoming updates, the September roadmap for Battlefront 2, Felucia trailers, Leia buffs, and more. So you guys showed an absolute ton of love on the news update video I done the other day covering the lightsaber combat change being rolled through the servers. So I am going to continue with these news update videos as you guys seem to really love them, and they are of course fun to make and give me some more variety to my content. Now before we dive on into this news, just a quick channel update. We now have channel sponsorships available on the channel after a few requests from some of you guys looking to support the channel further. So I've added in some cool perks and behind the scenes looks of the channel, so if that's something that interests you, then the join button should be below the video and a link in the description. So if you do want to support me and the channel further, then that is the best way to do it and it would be greatly appreciated. But now getting into the tasty news today, we have a tweet from community manager Ben Walk saying, here's what's happening in Star Wars Battlefront 2 this month. Of course, we can see the calendar drops later today that will outline most of the things we already know, so I don't expect too much more to be seen there. That's why I'm putting this video out now and not waiting. So if the calendar has been dropped by the time this video goes up, then expect a video on it tomorrow if there is anything substantial worth noting that I can't cover in this video. But anyway, as you can see, it goes on to say that we'll be getting a Clone Commando community transmission tomorrow, a Felucia community transmission next week, and release notes the following week, which will lead us up to September 25th. Which will of course be the official launch day of the update, which is very exciting stuff. I'm telling you right now, I absolutely can't wait for this. I am so hyped for the release of this update. Although this little outline is kind of vague, it's a fine little taste of what is to come for sure, but this isn't the only news I have for you guys today. So moving on, and there appears to be a Leia buff incoming. So a Reddit user posted a huge post regarding Leia and her desperately needing a buff, which community manager Ben Walk replied with, Leia is on the cards for some tweaks, but don't have any ETA right now. So all of us who have been praying for a Leia buff over the past few months, it looks like we're finally going to have our prayers answered. Whilst Leia isn't totally useless or anything, she is still very underwhelming, especially considering how good she was when the game first launched. But these days, she is bang average in Galactic Assault and almost useless in Heroes vs Villains. Whilst a good player can do some damage with her, she definitely does need work, and it's caught the attention of DICE, which is really good news. So a few tweaks, as said by Ben, could mean a massive buff, it could mean a little one, it could mean some work for her star cards. Whatever it is, I'm damn well sure it's going to improve her. Now as Ben says, there is no ETA on when the Leia tweak will be added to the game, so I think it's fair to say do not expect a Leia buff when the Felucia update arrives at the end of the month. So for all the Leia mains out there, it looks like you've got some waiting to do, but just know some Leia tweaks are coming, so just hang in there. Now we also have some news regarding the Felucia update at the end of the month. So a Reddit user goes on to say, I hope we're getting a trailer for Felucia and Clone Commandos, to which Ben responds with, we're looking at a community update video, yes. A good trailer of DICE quality can take months to make. The Battle of Geonosis trailer is a good example of this. So this is kind of not ideal news, but I mean it's nothing worth getting too salty about like some people on Reddit did. So we obviously will not be getting a big trailer like we did for Geonosis last year, which was absolutely amazing and kind of went viral on the internet with millions of views. So it without a doubt brought a lot of players back to the game and was probably the point where Battlefront 2 really turned a corner and the player base went through the roof again. It is kind of sad that this probably won't happen again for Felucia, as these trailers, like I said, do bring in a lot of new players, but we're going to have to settle for a community update video this time. Which, I mean, like I said, it's still pretty good. It probably won't have the reach of a full cinematic style trailer, but it's going to build hype for the upcoming content much better than just a simple, boring community transmission. So the fact that we're getting at least a community update video for Felucia and Clone Commandos is still pretty damn cool, and I certainly cannot wait to see it. I really do hope that they drop it a fair few days before the content arrives though, so the hype really does go through the roof, and players who have either stopped playing because of the bugs or have left the game entirely can see it and make their return to the game, as there really is a ton of content coming with this update. The big two draw cards obviously being the Clone Commandos and Felucia, so hopefully we can get an epic video of Clone Commandos on Felucia or something along those lines. Maybe something like we got when the Clone Commandos were announced, with that little short tease we got on Twitter. But either way, I am keen and can't wait for the community update video. Now, it is also worth noting that the absolute confirmed release date of Felucia is September 25th. I know most of us knew this already, but it was subjected to change. But we now know officially that it will be 100% confirmed the 25th of September. So I thought I might as well have just brought that up in this video too. And lastly, a smaller little nugget of content, and Ben has posted that there will be a change to the Dreadnought's final objective in Capital Supremacy, lowering the health from 15,000 down to 12,000, and like the lightsaber change the other day, this was rolled through the servers, so it is currently in the game by the time you're watching this video, which is good news. Now this should help out the flow of Capital Supremacy a little bit more, and given how long some of the Capital Supremacy matches do go for, I feel like this was a good call by DICE. So this should assist the clones in taking out the objective a little bit more, as it's been pretty tough for the clones lately, as it's much easier to destroy their objectives. So it's a good change indeed. So overall, I have to say I am pretty pleased with the news that Ben has dropped across social media the past day or so. Knowing now what September is going to look like with Battlefront 2, you know, with the calendar dropping today, Clone Commando CT tomorrow and Felucia CT next week, it is just exciting times ahead in September. And also the news of Leia getting looked at is definitely something that I know a lot of people will be happy to hear, myself included. As for not getting a full-blown Felucia trailer like we did with Geonosis, it kind of sucks, but at least we're getting something with the community update video. So guys, make sure you let me know your thoughts on these little drops of news in the comments below. Like I said, I'm overall pretty positive with it all, but I of course want to know what you all think. So anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to drop a like below to show your support, and subscribe to the channel if you are new, as we are rapidly charging towards 30,000 subscribers, as we are trying to smash that goal by the end of the month. And it would mean an absolute great deal. But that is going to do it for me today, so thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all again in the next video.